Have you wanted to join the fight against climate change but didn't know how? Do you feel like you don't have a way to help because you lack the drive, funds, and time? Well, Ecosia provides a way for you to join the fight without even leaving your home. Everyone uses the internet, and while you may be comfortable with your current internet browser, the World Wide Web has gotten a whole lot bigger. By switching to Ecosia, you join the fight in rehabilitating your home, also known as the planet Earth. Ecosia is an internet browser that uses the profits generated from your searches to plant trees all over the world in hopes to fight the effects of deforestation and reduce the massive carbon footprints left behind. As someone who has been using Ecosia since its relaunch in 2016, I know the ins and outs of the browsing system, giving me the credentials to give you the facts. Ecosia is a major web browser that provides you with the same results that big name browsers such as Google and Bing do. Switching to Ecosia allows you to not only search the web, but give those profits to charitable causes that fight to make the world a better place. If we as a society don't do more to fight climate change and deforestation, our world will be overrun with carbon and we won't be able to sustain life. By downloading Ecosia and making searches, you fund a mission of planting 1 billion trees. If you join the fight, you can know that such a simple thing as looking up something is creating change and healing the world around you. To begin, let's discuss how exactly Ecosia fights climate change. We need to fix the effects of deforestation before it causes irreversible damage to the Earth's atmosphere through carbon emission and damage to the Earth's surface through loss of habitation and biodiversity. Deforestation is the permanent removal of standing forests and trees. In the Amazon rainforest, one of the world's largest carbon sinks, between August of 2019 and July 2020 alone, there was 11,880 square kilometers of land destroyed by deforestation. Since then, around 200,000 acres are lost a day. The loss of these trees can not only affect climate change, but also loss of habitat and desertification, once fertile land becoming dry and desert. The climate change mentioned is a result of the release of greenhouse gases. Forests absorb carbon dioxide and release clean oxygen as a result. Without these trees and forests, the atmosphere fills with carbon dioxide, raising the Earth's temperature and causing destruction to many life forms. The next harmful result of deforestation is the destruction and loss of habitat. According to the article Effects of Deforestation from Pachamama Alliance, 70% of land animals and plants reside in forests. And when we cut them down, we are destroying the homes of these plants and animals that are a crucial part of our ecosystem, often resulting in their deaths. The third ramification is desertification. Trees help the area around them retain topsoil and water. Topsoil provides the bountiful nutrients that sustain life in the forest. Once deforestation occurs, the land struggles to hold water and topsoil, causing the rest of the plants around to die, drying out the land. Once a landmass has become a desert, it is nearly impossible to revert back to its healthy status, and even if you could, it takes years to develop. While you may not see these things going on around you, they still affect you. The carbon dioxide emissions are heating up the earth, as well as polluting the air, creating smog and pollution, which can lead to respiratory disease. Habitat loss and desertification also affect you by creating a reduction in biodiversity. This means more species of plants and animals that provide the earth with its inhabitants with nutrients are going extinct. While this may seem unstoppable, there is a way for you to join the fight and fix the effects of deforestation. By using Ecosia, you can directly fund the replanting of trees, which not only help reduce carbon emission and greenhouse gases, but also redevelop demolished land. I want you to download Ecosia as your default browser in order to begin using it as your search engine, creating funds for replanting trees. Every time you make a search, it generates a small amount of funds. Ecosia put out that in order to plant an entire tree, it takes around 12 searches. The average person makes around 3 to 6 searches a day. This means that in 2 to 4 days, you've planted a tree. But as students, we are making significantly more searches when researching. Therefore, you could fund multiple trees in just one day. When you search the web, search ads create income. When you use any kind of search engine, just by searching, you are creating revenue for that company. By searching through Ecosia, however, you give them funds to plant trees. As stated on Ecosia's website, in June of 2021, Ecosia made €2,384,383. €1 million of those euros went straight to planting trees. 306,000 of them went to funding green projects all around the earth, and the rest went to operational costs, meaning there was no profit involved. The money that you generate for them goes directly to helping the earth thrive. While it's understandable that you may have some concerns about the operation of the search engine itself, you needn't worry. Ecosia uses high speed deliberation, which is the same technology that popular search engines such as Google use. You are not giving up the quality of operation for the quality of ethical output. This leaves no justification for staying with your current browser. Moving on, let's discuss the final outcome of downloading Ecosia and how the world can be healed. Upon downloading Ecosia and using it to make searches, you will be directly funding the planting of trees, meaning that with every search you make takes us a step further in fighting deforestation and climate change. If you download Ecosia, trees will be planted in third world countries, creating jobs for communities that lack them. This rehabilitates the earth and the people residing on it. According to the article, The Power of One Tree from the US Department of Agriculture, just 1 year after a single tree has matured, it has absorbed 48 pounds of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. By our standards, every 12 of your searches can create a tree that in your lifetime could remove around 3,840 pounds of carbon dioxide, more than a ton. On the other hand, if you don't download Ecosia, you miss out on the funding of planting these trees, meaning no restored habitats, no thriving communities, and no carbon dioxide being removed on your behalf. This not only enlarges your carbon footprint, but you're reducing your carbon footprint and output by adding to it, by giving profits to other big corporations and search engines that then create an even larger carbon output using the funds that you've given them. In summation, by switching to Ecosia, you lower your carbon footprint, fight deforestation, and help communities and the ecosystems around the world thrive with new trees and forests. Ecosia is a search engine that uses its revenue to plant trees around the world in hopes to fight deforestation. By downloading Ecosia, you join the fight in reducing your carbon footprint and fixing the effects of deforestation. I want you to download Ecosia by going to www.ecosia.org and clicking Add Ecosia. By doing this, you are taking the step towards ending the effects of deforestation. Ecosia has planted over 130 million trees and counting. By joining the fight, every time you look up a new recipe or search for those song lyrics that are stuck in your head, you are one step closer to changing the world. Thank you so much.